The measurements doesn't look good for JBL Partybox Ultimate, unfortunately. Sony wins at loudness, Sony wins at intensity, Sony wins at bass. Hello guys, my name is Luca from Audio Tribe YouTube channel, and in this video we will make a cross comparison review between the biggest party speaker from Sony, the Sony ULT Tower10, versus the biggest party speaker from JBL, the JBL Party Box Ultimate. So in this video we will make three tests. We will make a loudness test to see which is louder, we will make an intensity test to see which has the best intensity, and the third test, it will be a bass test, and we're gonna put a 40 Hz flat tone to see which has the biggest bass between these two speakers, and of course we will increase in volume till 90 or even 100% of the volume. Of course, we will talk about the specs, about the lights, about the inputs, about the interface, and about the everything. And of course, at the end of this video, I will tell you which sounds better and which to buy. But first, let's talk about the specs. The JBL Party Box Ultimate have 1100 watts of power that comes from two tweeters, two mid speakers, and two 9-inch subwoofers. The Sony ULT Tower 10 has two tweeters on the front, two tweeters on the back for a 360 degrees sound, two mid speakers, and of course an amazing 12.5-inch subwoofer that is mounted on the front. Of course, the Sony ULT Tower 10 has the bass port mounted here on the front, while the JBL Party Box Ultimate have the bass port mounted on the back part. Because these two speakers are very heavy, both of them have wheels on the bottom and handles on the top. But as you can see, the wheels on the JBL Party Box Ultimate are bigger and in my opinion are better. Now of course, both of these two speakers doesn't have internal battery, that's why I have connected both to the power source. Now let's talk about the interface buttons. As you see, the Sony ULT Tower 10 has a modern interface that I really love, while the JBL Party Box Ultimate has the traditional JBL interface that it is very good, but compared to the Sony interface it is more minimalist. When we see these speakers, we see the lights, and we can definitely tell that the JBL Party Box Ultimate has better lights and much stronger lights. It has lights even on the sides, you see. So in my opinion, at lights the JBL Party Box Ultimate wins. Now let's see the interface buttons. These are the interface buttons for the JBL Party Box Ultimate, and these are the interface buttons, the inputs button for the Sony ULT Tower 10, and this one. So both are the biggest party speakers from JBL and from Sony. Both looks amazing, both sounds great, but let's see which is better. First will be the loudness test, and for that I will put a decibel meter exactly in the middle of these two speakers, and we will put it on dBA to measure the power of the sound. Of course, the Sony ULT Tower 10 will have the one, so no bass, the first level of ULT, and the second one will have the second level of ULT activated, while the JBL Party Box Ultimate will have the bass boost 1 and will have the JBL signature equalizer. First will be the JBL Party Box Ultimate at the maximum level of sound.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Too many things going on, I can't keep track of them all. From people dropping a bomb to people putting up walls. I feel like life is on hold, perception stuck in a vault. I know that time can heal all, but how much time till we fall? It's awfully chilly outside, when there's no shelter to hide. When everything is a lie, you'll find that out in some time. But when the things on your mind are all considered a crime, communication aside, we'll all just fight till we die. Is this enough?
So this was the sound with the JBL Party Box Ultimate. As you saw, it reached 112.3 dBA, and that is huge for indoors, and it is very good for a big outdoor party. Now the sound, it is very balanced, and I can definitely tell you that I really love the sound that comes from the JBL Party Box Ultimate. Now let's see if the Sony ULT Tower 10 will be louder.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Too many things going on, I can't keep track of them all. From people dropping a bomb to people putting up walls. I feel like life is on hold, perception stuck in a vault. I know that time can heal all, but how much time till we fall? It's awfully chilly outside when there's no shelter.
And that was the sound test with the Sony ULT Tower 10. As you see, unfortunately we don't have a display like the JBL Party Box Ultimate that indicates us the level of the volume, and unfortunately we don't have lights on the front. We only have lights on the top and on the bottom. This is a big minus. But at loudness it reached 112.7 decibels in dBA, while the JBL Party Box Ultimate reached 112.3. so at loudness the Sony wins, and I can definitely tell you that the bass hits harder and the intensity, it is better on the Sony speaker. But that is my opinion. Let's see how the decibel meter will do, and for that we will reset the decibel. We will put it on dBc and on the maximum value. First will be the JBL Party Box Ultimate.
Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Too many things going on, I can't keep track of them.
So at intensity, the JBL Party Box Ultimate reached a maximum peak of 113.6. Now let's see how the Sony will do.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Too many things going on, I can't keep track of them all.
The Sony ULT Tower 10 recorded a maximum peak of 117.5, and compared to the 113.6 it is with 4 decibels stronger. But now let's go to the bass test, and for that we're gonna put a low 40 Hz flat on both of them to see which is better. So we put the decibel meter on dBc on the maximum value, and we're gonna play the 40 Hz flat. This is the level bar of the volume. The house is already shaking. The bass is amazing. That's it. Let us see if we can increase. Yeah. So it reached only 104.3, and after 60% of the volume, as you saw, the JBL Party Box Ultimate stopped increasing. As you see, it was on the first level of deep bass with the JBL signature activated on the equalizer. So 104.3. Now let's see how the Sony ULT Tower 10 will do. Let's put the decibel meter on DBC on the maximum value and play only on Sony ULT Tower 10 to beat 104.3. A 111.9 dBc. So we have the measurements, and the measurements doesn't look good for JBL Party Box Ultimate, unfortunately. So at the loudness test we measured the dBA of these two speakers, and at the maximum level of sound the JBL Party Box Ultimate recorded a maximum peak of 112.3 decibels, and the Sony ULT Tower 10 recorded a maximum peak of 112.7. So it is with 0.4 decibels louder. You cannot tell that it is louder, but you can definitely tell that the intensity it is far greater. Now at intensity we measure the dBc with the decibel meter at the same distance in the middle of these speakers, and the JBL Party Box Ultimate recorded a maximum peak of 113.6 decibels, while the Sony ULT Tower 10 recorded a maximum peak of 117.5. so it is with 4 decibel stronger as intensity, and you can definitely feel that the Sony it is much more intense. Immediately you feel it that it is much more stronger in sound, you know. And on the bass part we measured with the decibel meter put on DBC, and we put a 40 Hz flat tone, and the JBL Party Box Ultimate recorded a maximum peak of 104.3 decibels and increase in power till around 60 or 65% of the volume, while the Sony ULT Tower 10, as you saw, it increased in power till 100% of the volume, and it goes at 111.9, so it is with 7.5 decibels louder and stronger as intensity at the 40 Hz flat. So in every scenario Sony wins against the JBL Party Box Ultimate. I don't know. In my opinion, the JBL Party Box Ultimate it is built better. The JBL Party Box Ultimate looks better. The JBL Party Box Ultimate have the Wi-Fi connectivity. The JBL Party Box Ultimate it is amazing, but you saw the measurements. Sony wins at loudness, Sony wins at intensity, Sony wins at bass. And now let's talk about the sound quality. I really love the sound quality that comes from JBL Party Box Ultimate, and I can definitely tell you that because Sony has a much better immersion of the sound because of the 4 tweeters, I will definitely put the Sony with probably 5% better as sound quality, but it depends very much on the sound because the sound are very different. Both have very good instrument separation, both have very good highs, mids and bass, but Sony it is with a step further, you know. Even if the JBL Party Box Ultimate have a wood cabinet, while the Sony ULT Tower 10 I think it has a plastic cabinet. I don't know. So in my opinion, Sony wins, but I will still take the JBL Party Box Ultimate because I feel it that it is more reliable, you know, and more sturdy. And now let's talk about the price. The JBL Party Box Ultimate costs $1,200, while the Sony ULT Tower 10 comes with an wireless microphone and it costs only $800. So the JBL Party Box Ultimate, it is with $400 more expensive than the Sony, and it lacks some sound, you know, but I will stick with the Party Box Ultimate. But I am very curious what will you do, because I did not expect these results. Feel free to subscribe our YouTube channel and please hit that like button. Cheers.